What's going on, guys? In today's video I'm talking about the Galaxy S9 possibly destroying the iPhone X, and that's because I think Samsung is that impressive of a company and they're going to manufacture a great phone with the S9. And even with the Galaxy X that people are talking about, that could be a really impressive phone as well. But with the iPhone X, I went to the Apple store, and this is hilarious to me because when I was talking to someone in Apple that works for Apple, obviously, when they were asking questions about the phone to me, because they wanted to know like what I was interested with the phone, and I was saying, hey, you know, there's a portion of the screen that was missing. So I just found it interesting that the person was asking me what I liked about the phone, and I pointed out right away that portion of the screen is missing. They didn't really like that, and the person actually walked away when I said that. So that was interesting to me as well, because, you know, if the person is not going to be honest about the phone, and I say something like that where some part of the screen is missing and it's really noticeable, of course I'm going to say something. And I just think that the iPhone X, yes, it's an impressive phone if you want to upgrade one of your phones, especially an iPhone, but not necessarily like the Android phones, the better Android phones out there like the Galaxy S8 or S8 Plus or even the LG V30. You know, these are the more impressive Android devices that I just think have a better design with the way they look. Now, as far as the Galaxy S9, some people are saying that they're going to copy Apple with the way they implemented unlocking the phone. If Samsung does that and they start creating phones that look like the iPhone X, I don't think that's smart. I think they're actually a lot wiser than that, where they're going to see what Apple is doing and improve upon those things and make the phone even better for Samsung fans. That's what I really think. Now, if Samsung chooses to manufacture a phone where a part of the screen is missing, I think it's an issue. Just like when Apple was doing that. So, you know, similar companies with the way they manufacture phones, but different because Samsung is actually leading the industry. Now, I'm not saying that enough people didn't purchase that iPhone X to convince Apple to possibly even manufacture a phone like that again. This is the situation all the time with Apple. When they see that people are going to purchase that phone, they're going to continue with the same design until they make a change themselves, or where they have to when they compete with Samsung. But with the S9, I just think with unlocking the phone, it's one of the issues that people are really concerned about, because if you look at the back of the phone with the sensor on the back of the phone, it's too close to the camera lens with the Galaxy Note 8. So I just think that has to change. Now, as far as the S8 and S8 Plus, again, we're talking about one design change that Apple or Samsung can make where they can improve their phones that much better. So with the iPhone X, you're talking about a phone that has no sensor on the back of the phone, yet you don't have a portion of the screen that's there that is really noticeable. And again, about the person at the Apple store that was talking to me about that phone, they were acting like they didn't know what I was talking about. When I said at first, I said, hey, there's a portion of the screen missing, they said to me they didn't notice. And then at first they said, okay, well, the speaker's there. But that's not the same as not noticing. Obviously, there is a reason why a portion of the screen is missing, but are you noticing it? I also asked about the applications that work on the phone, whether that's going to be noticeable as well. And that person didn't seem to realize, you know, that certain applications are quote-unquote optimized, where you try not to notice that portion of the screen that's missing. So, you know, this is the issue with the iPhone X compared to other phones out there. It's a noticeable difference to the phone. So with the way I look at the Galaxy S9, even the Galaxy S8, S8 Plus, I really think that Samsung is at a level where they can improve their phone that much more without having to get ideas from Apple. Even though I think the idea of unlocking your phone without having a sensor on the back of the phone is an improvement, it's not an improvement if you have to remove a portion of the screen. And as far as the LG V30, you know, if LG figures out as well how to include the sensor in the screen rather on the back of the phone, that would be an improvement for them. So the differences with these phones are getting less and less because we're talking about phones that are adding additional features. With the iPhone X, you're seeing wireless charging. Apple never had that before, but all these Android phones had already. So as far as the Android devices out there, like the Galaxy S9, it has to be that much better than any other phone available. Because for flagship phones, especially with the S8 and S8 Plus, somewhat distracting towards the Galaxy Note 8, but Galaxy Note fans want to get the Galaxy Note 8. In this situation with the Galaxy X people are talking about, where there could be like a flip phone where you have two screens and everything else like that, that would be really different. And the more I hear about all these phones, I think that Apple is a company that is doing their own thing. They have a lot of loyal customers. With Samsung, they're trying to get more Apple fans to be interested in their phones, so they continuously innovate and try to change the industry, and that's a lot different than Apple. So I think two separate companies, two different attitudes towards the way they manufacture phones, but I think both impressive phones to a point. I think the Galaxy Note 8 was impressive, although I would rather see the sensor in the screen. I think the iPhone X is an impressive phone, but again, also to a point where they have to figure out how to get a complete screen to that phone. But I'd like to know what you guys think about all of this. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you think about the iPhone X, even the possibilities of the Galaxy S9, and of course, if you like this video, give a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.